I mean, I believe in myself as a fighter. I believe I'm an exciting fighter, but it takes a great organization, a great venue for people to be able to see that. And this is a dream come true for me. Being on this banner right here next to the legend Kung Lee, the opportunity to fight Kung Lee, fortunate enough to beat Kung Lee. This is just all a dream to me. So thank you, Strikeforce and Showtime.
Scott, in the first round after you were put down, was there any fear in your mind that it might be stopped, or were you even thinking, I just got to get up?
Yeah, absolutely. I got caught. I was more worried about the midsection. He caught me with one midsection shot, and that was the very first kick he threw. So I was real worried about keeping my elbows in. That was the strategy in the fight, was blocking the kicks with my elbows. My elbows are killing me right now, so I did a good job of that. But he came over the top of my hands with one of those kicks and dropped me, had me rocked, and I was just trying to cover up. And he landed some shots, but I blocked most of them. And after I'd come to my senses, and he rocked me with another one. And I knew Big John warned me a couple times, so I knew I had to get up and I weathered the storm. And I think he wore himself out a little bit. And I was fortunate enough to get up and keep fighting.
Once got rocking with that short chop in the left. Can you tell us a little bit about that exchange?
Yeah, I watched the replay, just one time up on the big screen, but the whole plan is, my left hook is my best punch. It's not my straight right that I've been knocking a lot of people out with. So the plan was to fake that right and throw the left hook, and I've been working on that a lot. It didn't look as pretty as it felt, but I think I got him to bring his hands in when I feinted the straight right and caught him with the left hook.
Scott, your brother won his first professional fight last weekend. You won tonight. Gonna be good holidays.
Yeah, very. I was so excited for my brother. He fought last weekend's first pro MMA fight. Maybe we'll see him on the Challenger Series here in a couple fights. But yeah, this is just really, really good. He actually helped me with my training. Came along, and my brother's just getting into it. He's been wrestling for years, but to see my brother, work a day job and then come along to practice with me and train hard, it kind of gave me the motivation, like, hey, there's no reason why I can't be pushing a little bit harder too. So that was really good to have my brother along my side.
You feel like this, maybe not warrant a title shot, but it just put you up there and put you in line?
This was my title fight. This is bigger than a title fight for me right now. But Strikeforce is so loaded, the 185 weight class. I mean, the signing of Leland Jacare, you got Lawler. I mean, Dan Henderson, you name it. It doesn't matter who they give me. It's going to be a great fight for me. Just like the Kung Lee fight. So I'll let Scott Coker decide and my management team decide. But obviously, I'm not afraid to fight anybody. You can look at my resume and that'll tell you that. I like the exciting fights, and I'm thankful Strikeforce has been giving them to me.
Scott, can you talk about the range that Kung presents? I mean, he fights at a different range with all the spinning kicks.
Yeah, every time we kept our distance, I found myself in a bad position. I don't have very long arms as it is. I don't have very good reach, so I had to get in and close the distance, and he did a very good job of moving. And
January 30th in the Miami show at the Sunrise Arena in Sunrise, Florida. Bobby has to go. He's got a late night flight to Orlando, I believe, tonight. So if anybody has any questions, we could go ahead and open it up for a couple.
Is there any relationship between Strikeforce and TNA? Are you guys working with them at all and just continue to wrestle and that sort of thing?
I'm not really sure on that right now. The contract was signed last week, and when I signed the contract, I really focused all my attention on my fight. January 30th is right around the corner, so I'm going to have to put 100% of my time and effort into that. Right now, it's just fighting. After that, or maybe in the near future, maybe we'll talk. Maybe I'll have to make a decision, or maybe I might be able to do both. I don't know yet.
Who would you like
Bunch
to
of
fight?
maybes.
Who do you want to fight?
Everyone.
First, if you had to choose your debut fight.
Fedor.
How do you think it would go?
Well, right now, since I have taken some time off, I just want to get back in there and start swinging, start banging. I've been training hard, really hard, and then training in vain is not a good thing. But now, since I have that date, January 30th, now I have my sights set on it. We'll find an opponent. I'm sure we'll find somebody pretty soon, and once I do, all my focus can be on that opponent.
Were you courted by other organizations? Were there any contract talks, or were you just set? You want to fight for Strikeforce?
I only will talk with Coker. You know what, I mean,
let's be real, I'm sure every organization in the world, including Japan, would love to have Bobby Lashley on their roster. Any other questions for Bobby?
Bobby, what was the feel in the TNA locker room when you signed on and you were doing MMA but trying to wrestle? There are a lot of MMA fighters have opinions about that, but what about the professional wrestlers knowing that you were bouncing between wrestling and fighting?
I'll tell you what, professional wrestlers are the biggest MMA fans out there. Those guys, when they saw that I signed, a lot of them were like, man, we're going to lose Bobby. That's the first thing they thought, because they knew my dedication to fighting. And at the time when I was taking that break and I was just wrestling, everyone thought that I'd be able to do both, and we don't know if that's going to happen. But you know, immediately when the press release came out that I signed with Strikeforce, I got a call from all the wrestlers. They were wishing me good luck, and anything they can do to help out, they're there for. So they're excited. They're excited to watch.
Bruce Kibo, MMA Confidential. All these high-profile fights.
I talked with Coker. I met Coker a while back, and then I just been watching Strikeforce. I mean, they have a lot of good things going on. You know, just like he said, there's a lot of other organizations that were kind of throwing their bid in the hat at the time, but you know, the opportunity was here, and to be right honest with you, the best fighter in the world right now is at heavyweight, and he is at Strikeforce. So why not come there? If you want to consider yourself the best fighter in the world, why not come to Strikeforce?
And Roddy Ferguson said you're with me to beat Brock Lesnar. What's your thoughts on that?
Well, Roddy came down and trained with me, so he can only go by what he knows, and he came down and trained with me. So if that's what he feels and that's what he thinks, then he's a smart man.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it, Bobby. And we'll see you in Miami on the 30th.
Thank you, guys.
Let's take a picture. Where's that, sir?
So we're-
Yes, sir.